Hey guys, it's been a solid minute.
And by a solid minute, I mean 3 months, and I'm so sorry. I had been giving some small updates on my other social media platforms on my whereabouts, which you guys should totally follow. And in one of my few posts, I had text saying, Grayscale makes drawings dull, referring to people who discourage the use of grayscale by saying it makes colors look gross. Following the text, I show a more desaturated piece and then bam! A super vibrant piece, showing that grayscale actually has a lot of variety and people shouldn't be discouraged of learning new techniques all because someone else told them it wouldn't fit their style. Besides, grayscale isn't just another way to color. It teaches you values, which is why it's important to try new things and get out of your comfort zone. That's for another video though. Today we're going to focus on how I made my grayscale vibrant like in the video. A lot of you asked for a tutorial, and I needed a new video idea anyways. Before I get into my whole lecture, I'd like to preface that I'm self-taught and nothing I say is the book version of how to do things. You can always take fragments of what I say and apply them to your art, especially if you think of something that can work better for you. Any definitions I give are just my simple understanding and could be better explained by a professional who went to art school. Alright, now let's start by getting a brief understanding of what people mean when they say grayscale is dull. Here's a drawing I've been working on during my hiatus. This is how my grayscale looks. A common way people add color to grayscale is by using an overlay. I'll quickly do that since that's how I put down my base colors. Now this is where some people and beginners stop when adding color. When I put the eyedropper tool over this to examine the range of colors I'm getting, you'll see that the slider on the side for the hue barely moves. And then the color selection stays limited to the top and close together. Not a huge range of saturation, hues, or values, and that's what people mean when they say it looks dull. There's no variety. It's actually quite simple to fix that though, if you do want to have a colorful piece that's eye-catching. After adding the overlay and setting down your base color choices, start working on the first issue, your values. I adjust them using a slider. Make sure there's no pure blacks or no pure whites for the next part. The next part is where all the color variety comes in. The way I add color is by putting a hard light layer above my grayscale layer and selecting the base color of where I'm going to bring some vibrancy. I set the dot to the middle of whatever I picked up and then lightly airbrush to add more saturation. Look at that. Then to fix the issue of little hue difference, move the slider and play around with what you can add on the top and how that affects the color you already set down. Now when I color pick the piece, there's a lot more range in all directions. That's how I color grayscale. Of course, a lot more things play into part when making a drawing stand out. The way you color is just one step out of a whole process. For instance, after adding lighting, the drawing changes a lot. And I'd love to show my process for that eventually as well. Feel free to comment any questions or even suggestions since I'm learning every day just like you guys. Before I end the video, I'd like to add that there's absolutely no problem if you actually prefer a duller piece. I made this piece vibrant for demonstration reasons, but I myself prefer a moodier desaturated drawing. You can play with the opacity and intensity of all these color adjustment layers to fit the vibe you're trying to set. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night, depending on when you're watching. See you guys hopefully sooner than 3 months.